Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're doing well and having a great day. Something that I wanted to discuss for a little bit. I think I might have mentioned it maybe one or two times before. There's been a lot of talk about a potential stock market crash that could happen sometime this year. There's actually been spoken about for a couple of years now. A lot of people have been expecting some type of global market explosion to happen. And the question that is on everyone's mind is, as Bitcoin is becoming this maturing asset class, what will end up happening to cryptocurrencies should the global financial system implode? Should it all start to melt down? A common thought experiment in the crypto community is to ponder how cryptocurrencies would fare in the event of another global financial meltdown. This is not an idle question. This is a host of troubling developments in the global economy, the threat of trade war, jitters in Italian debt markets, problems at Deutsche Bank, and new emerging market crises in Turkey and Argentina. Meanwhile, central banks led by the US Fed are tightening or signaling tighter monetary policy. That's putting a brake on the huge gains that low interest rates and the quantitative easing has bestowed on global markets in the 8 years since the end of the last crisis. With this combination of risk factors already in play, there's always a good chance that some unforeseen trigger could set off another terrified rush for the exits among global investors. What would the impact be on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? Would their reputation as independent assets see them benefit from safe haven inflows? Or would the market-wide reduction in risk appetite spread wide enough that crypto assets get caught up in the sell-off? Some crypto hodlers salivate at the idea of market panic. I'm not going to lie, I have thought about it a couple of times. The potential prices that crypto would be able to hit in the event of a stock market crash, especially when people are thinking about potential trillions being able to flow into the cryptocurrency market. They contend that unlike the 2008-2009 collapse when Satoshi Nakamoto's newly launched cryptocurrency was essentially out of sight and unavailable to the hordes seeking a haven from the fiat's world crisis, Bitcoin is now widely recognized as a more versatile alternative to traditional flight to safety assets such as gold. In a crisis, they say, Bitcoin could shine as much as might other cryptocurrencies designed as alternatives to fiat cash such as Monero and Zcash. Unaffected by future monetary policy responses, immune from draconian interventions such as the Cypriot bank deposit freeze of 2013, which was insane. I think Bitcoin actually went up in price when this happened. And easily acquired, they could prove their value as digital havens for the digital age in such a moment. Accordingly, the bull's argument goes their prices would surge. On the other hand, if there's enough of a market-wide departure from risky investments, it's hard not to see this sector being swept up in it. Just as the most extreme gains in crypto prices in the latter part of 2017 were inextricably linked to the rapid risk-on uptrend seen in stocks, commodities, and emerging market assets, so too a major sell-off could easily infect these new markets. Cryptocurrencies and tokens are perceived by most ordinary investors as high-risk assets. You buy them with money you can afford to lose when you're feeling upbeat about market prospects. When the mood sours, this new class of investment is typically the first to be retrenched as investors stumble to get cash. At $300 billion as the current market valuation, it's still less than 1% of the 2017 end-of-the-year market cap of the S&P 500, which was $54.8 trillion, which is insane, which includes most stocks from 48 different countries. If risk-hungry investors are panicking and looking for things to dump, or for that matter, if they're looking for something safe to buy, it won't take much of their funds to move to the cryptocurrency markets one way or another. This has been spoken about for quite some time. Since the 2009 financial crisis, I remember 2012, people were constantly talking about that the next market crash was coming in 2012. 13, 14, 15, and we actually, I saw it on CNBC. It's kind of weird. They were celebrating the 10-year bull run of the traditional market, but it was also like a 10-year, hey, we haven't had a crash since the last one. A lot of people are predicting, a lot of people who predicted in 2007 that there was going to be a major crash in 2008, that one is coming very soon, and it's one that's actually going to destroy finance as we know it, not to scare anyone with that, but if you look around, you can definitely find tons of news about it. They say that what happened last time has not been fixed, and it's only going to get a lot worse because debt. Oh my gosh, debt. The world's debt, especially from multiple countries, is actually in the trillions right now, and that's not a good thing, especially because they are predicting that a couple of countries are going to come out very soon to declare that they actually can't pay back their debt. And when you can't pay back trillions of dollars worth of debt, it causes a huge sell-off in the traditional markets. And it's kind of like what's going to end up happening to our markets. This is literally I think this will be the, not the saving factor, but it's what how do I say this? If crypto can survive the world financial meltdown and people start to dump their money into cryptocurrencies, this will be the defining moment for cryptocurrencies. It will literally be the moment where we can say, this happened, crypto survived, and we're all better for it. As far as I can tell, like I said, no one knows when the next stock market crash is going to happen. But if you've realized the pattern if you've watched my last couple of videos, at least last month, you may have noticed tons of news about bankers getting into cryptocurrencies, countries getting into cryptocurrencies, financial institutions, hedge funds, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to form ETFs into crypto specifically. This is what is the kind of the craziest part for me, that it's not that they're trying to form them into other asset classes, that they're specifically going for cryptocurrencies. And part of the, it's not a red flag. What is it called? Part of the reason why I think about this, or why I made this video, is because if you notice the pattern, there's a lot of talk about bankers getting into crypto, a lot of very, very high net hedge fund managers and or bankers who are the heads of other major banks who have left within the last 2 or 3 months. And they've now announced that they're getting into crypto. They're starting these funds. They're starting, so-and-so. A lot of the people who, like I said, there were people who forecasted that 2008 was going to be a very difficult year, and they started leaving the banking sector around 2007 as well. It would be kind of interesting to see if these people who are now leaving can see the cracks in the walls when no one else can, or no one else really wants to see them. And they're trying to make a rush for crypto so that they get into it early. And this is why the prices are the way that we are. I'm pretty sure this all correlates together. When it comes to the prices going down, like we know it's manipulated. That's been spoken about 10 bajillion times. But manipulated for what? Why would the prices need to go down, especially if, all of this is kind of going on? It could be, like I still think, I firmly believe that all rich people, all billionaires know each other. They have like a tight-knit rich community where they sleep in gold beds, but they talk to each other. They know exactly what's going on in the markets. They see that the debt is kind of out of control. They see that everything is not, you can't have a bull market for 10 years. It just doesn't logically make any sense, even mathematically. So it seems like a lot of people could be leaving the banking sector because they know that eventually this is going to collapse. But do they know that crypto is also going to go up? There are a lot of funds that have been started. We've had news that central banks, this was at the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018 until around January, February, March, somewhere around there, that banks would eventually start buying up cryptocurrencies. Why would they start buying up cryptocurrencies unless they kind of get what I'm saying? I don't want to have to literally spell it out, even though I'm pretty sure I did 5 times. But it's all kind of interesting. No one knows exactly what is going to happen, but we know that banks are definitely getting into crypto, and it'll be incredibly interesting to see if or when this next stock market crash that has been predicted since 2012 eventually ends up happening. If it's as big as 2008, if it's worse than 2008, if it ends up causing some global complete panic and fear, and if everyone is looking for a safe, relatively liquid place to put their money, and then it ends up being in crypto. Wouldn't it, this last thought, wouldn't it be weird if a stock market crash happens in 2019 and it's like one of the worst that we've ever seen in all of history, and people start dumping their money into crypto, and this is what ends up pushing Bitcoin to $1 million because bankers and financial institutions tell people that this is the safest place for them to put their money? Wouldn't that be a kicker? All right, everyone, just something for thought. We know that this is going to happen. It's a matter of when, not if it can happen, because if we end up having a bull market and the stock exchange for 20 to 25 years, I will take my hat off to them, but that's never going to happen. So it's going to happen, just a matter of how will we as crypto enthusiasts be affected by all of this. Thank you once again for watching, everyone. I appreciate all of your support. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, wherever you might be. Tell me what you think below, because everyone has their own idea as to what exactly will happen with crypto. I've noticed a lot of sentiment in the crypto community has grown quite sour over the last couple of weeks because of the prices, but literally we live in one of the craziest markets that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. No one knows what's going to happen. So it's all based on speculation right now. Thank you once again, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.